Hey, this is Sugar Hill. You're watching Lights Out.
This is Faisal Khan for Lights Out, proudly sponsored by Spartans Law. With me, I'm delighted to be joined by Brandon Glanton. Brandon, good afternoon, brother. How you doing?
I feel amazing. How you doing?
I'm very well, thank you for asking. Brandon, you arrived here on Wednesday and straight away got stuck straight into it. Called out Isaac Chamberlain. Just talk to us about the reason behind calling out Isaac Chamberlain. And has this been a bit of an issue between you and Isaac in the past, or is this just something that you set your eyes on and it's a fight that you want?
Initially, it wasn't an issue between the two of us. It was just a fight that was presented to me a few years ago, and I accepted, and Tennessee Sports declined it for their own reasons. I wanted Isaac to get other fights to get his record up. He was being harder fights, so I understood at the time. It didn't become personal until I arrived here, and he made it seem as though we haven't been trying to get that fight. He made it seem as though he never knew who I was, and then said some other disrespectful things. So at this point, it's absolutely personal.
I mean, originally Isaac was meant to take on Mikel Lowell for the British cruiserweight title, and Mikel fell through. I believe it's been nearly come up to 2 weeks now since that announcement was made. At what point after that announcement did you try and make this fight happen with Isaac Chamberlain?
I tried to make it happen just before the public workout, and the reason being, I've been training. He's obviously ready to fight. It would be better than any fight that Sky could come up with, or Marshall could come up with. At the moment, at the current moment, it was just a beautiful opportunity that I thought he would capitalize on. Unfortunately, I don't know if that fight is ever come to fruition for tomorrow, but I'm definitely willing.
Well, I mean, a lot of people were expecting a very brilliant fight between Isaac and Mikel, but that's obviously not happening. But what type of a fight would we have got if the fight between you and Isaac would have been made, and what would have the outcome been, Brandon?
You ever seen a lion playing with his food?
Well, a few videos on social media.
You ever see a snake chasing a mouse around the cage watching?
I've seen that. I've seen it on Cobra Kai actually.
And then you see the quick ending, right?
Yep.
That's the type of fight you can expect from Isaac Chamberlain.
Isaac Chamberlain, a very respectable opponent in the UK. He's fought some good fighters and he's been involved in some very good fights. Firstly, what do you make of him as an opponent?
Listen, I wouldn't be trying to fight Isaac if he wasn't a real fight. Obviously, Isaac can fight. Obviously, he's a great athlete. Obviously, he's sharp. I believe Isaac and I are in two different dimensions. Isaac, for me, this boxing is a pain game, right? Obviously, I hurt people. It's cute what he does. It's cute, but it's professional boxing, So we're just in two different leagues. He might be a bit flashy. He might be a bit eye-pleasing to the crowd, but I hurt people, and that's what boxing wants.
Well, one of the fortunate things about the UK is we've got a lot of good talent in the domestic division. Obviously, you've got two fighters fighting for a world title in Lawrence Coley and Isaac Chamberlain. There's Richard Riakporhe. There's Chris Smith who's challenging Lawrence Coley, and then you've got Richard Riakporhe as well. You've also got Isaac Chamberlain. What have you made of this, the crop of fighters we've got over in the UK? And let's say a fight between you and Lawrence, or Richard, or Chris Smith did happen. How would these fights end, Brandon?
Well, obviously, Lawrence and I are teammates now, so that's not a fight that we've even discussing. If it comes to fruition some type of way, so be it. But as of right now, I'm here supporting Lawrence. As I said, we've done a few camps together. I want him to be successful against Billum, but as far as everybody else, I think it's some great opponents here. We wanted to fight Chris Billum, obviously I have to earn that fight. So Richard Riakporhe, the only reason I don't mention his name is because I know it's not going to happen. He's right there looking for that world title. So so there's no sense in me wasting my breath. But these other guys who are not yet there, it's a good opportunity. Isaac or a Tommy McCarthy or a Jack Massey, these other guys that will put me back where Richard Reactor is. So I won't sound foolish saying his name.
Jordan Thompson as well?
Absolutely, yeah. Jordan, he's like 6'6", that'd be beautiful. Yeah,
Maximum fighter would be a good fight. But as you mentioned, you've obviously been working with Lawrence a lot lately, which was going to lead on to my next question. What have you seen the difference between Lawrence since he's teamed up with Sugar Hill Stewart and the one that was being trained by Shane McGugan?
Since Lawrence has been with Sugar, I think it's more or less you ever heard the term trim the fat. You gotta trim the fat off your meat, right? So Lawrence is by far still violent, still a big puncher, but he's a bit more tactical. He knows exactly what he wants to do. He knows exactly where he wanna put the right hand. He's already a good athlete, so now he's able to use that athleticism better. I think he's gonna make a short night of Chris Bell.
Okay, before I let you go, I have to get your thoughts on the announcement we received yesterday. Errol Spence Jr. versus Terence Crawford for all the marbles at 147 pounds. For me, that's the fight. At the start of the year, if you'd have said to me, what's the number one fight you want to see in 2023, that's the number one fight I would have said to you. And it's finally going to happen. But the question, Brandon, is who leaves Las Vegas with all the marbles?
You know what? I was going to say I love both of those guys. I don't know either one of them personally, but that is a beautiful fight. I'm glad that it got made. Obviously, as I know, it wasn't the fighters holding the fight up. It's business, it's politics, but although I love Earl, one and the same as far as how he fights. I absolutely love it. I believe Crawford will probably dominate that fight, probably win that fight for the simple fact he's so dynamic. Not to say Earl isn't, you saw what he did against Mike Garcia. And I was with Mikey on that fight all the way. I love Mikey. But that's the only time I've seen him versatile. I think Crawford he has a bit more weapons, and we'll see what happens. That's not a fight I'll be betting on. That's just what I'll be looking at. But I think Crawford can do it.
Okay, Brandon, well, we appreciate your time. Thank you very much to speak to us. You've definitely brought a lot of entertainment this week in Bournemouth, and yeah, we hopefully get to see you soon in the UK. But once again, thank you very much for taking your time out speaking to Lights Out.
Absolutely. I'll see you soon.